Luckily, I can say no, not really. But that's the thing with weather. It's kind of ambiguous like that sometimes. So yes, we are dealing with a lot of smoke. Fires still burning. The smoke's got to go somewhere. And we have a system approaching from the west, and that's pushing a lot of the smoke to the east. So fires to the east or to the west of the Rogue Valley, of Grants Pass, like what you saw right there, of the Illinois Valley. All that smoke's getting pushed into those more populated areas. Another thing we're dealing with is the Delta fire, one of the more intense fires that we're dealing with right now, putting a lot of smoke to the north into Mount Shasta City, for example, where we have very unhealthy air quality. Luckily, as I mentioned, that system to the east, west of us, moving to the east, that's going to start to clear things out as we head into the weekend. So by Sunday, we should be seeing sunnier skies outside of the smoke. So let's just look at a preview of the week. Man, it really is a Friday, huh? 83 to 91 degrees, 79 to 85 by Saturday, and 80 to 84 degrees heading into Sunday. So we are cooling down. Here's a look at your air quality right now. Wairika, unhealthy. Cape Junction, unhealthy. And very unhealthy for Mount Shasta at last check. That orange you see out there is unhealthy for sensitive groups. So we have seen decreasing air quality over the last 24 hours. Should be getting better by about Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures right now 40s and 50s with about 33 degrees, a little bit cooler for Chemolt. Back to you.
Matt, thanks so much. 6:32, our top story and all new this morning. Police officers asking for your help in locating a missing 13-year-old girl. Emergency Communications of Southern Oregon says Cameron Martin Atias was last seen around 8:30 last night on the 2700 block of Siskiyou Boulevard in Ashland. She was last seen wearing a black shirt and blue jean shorts. Anyone who's seen her is asked to call police. Now to our fire danger red report. And this morning, it just appears that there is no end in sight for wildfire season.
Fire crews in Northern California have been working through the night trying to contain that Delta fire that's burning in Shasta County. Flames have been as high as 300 feet since starting Wednesday afternoon. The fire has burned more than 22,000 acres. Overnight, the fire crossed into Trinity County, causing new evacuation orders and road closures. For some residents, this is not the first time they've had to evacuate this season. They've also dealt with the Carr fire and the Hertz fire.
Our little town has been doing really well. We're all on edge. I mean, we just got comfortable and thought we could unpack our stuff from the other fires, and now here we are right back in the mess again.
The U.S. Forest Service said 600 fire personnel are battling the blaze. Air support was grounded for the night, but is expected to continue later this morning.
Meanwhile, this morning we are seeing some of the damage the Delta fire has caused. These images showed burned out cars and homes. It's unclear right now how many structures have been destroyed, but protecting them is the top priority for firefighters. There's still no containment on the Delta fire. Officials say it was human activity that started it, but it's unclear if it was an accident or arson.
A 45-mile stretch of I-5 has been closed for more than 36 hours now as the Delta fire continues to grow, and no timeline is open for when it could reopen that road. CHP and Caltrans are working to reopen I-5 as quickly as possible, but the terrain and flames are making it difficult. They say debris needs to be removed, guardrails need repairing, and bridges and signs need to be inspected before the interstate can reopen.
We're trying to open the roadways. We're trying to work with, again, the allied agencies to get that open. If the fire does shift, again, we have contingency plans to keep all the residents safe.
Officers advise anyone traveling through the area to be patient and, more importantly, be safe. You can use Highway 89 and 299 as alternatives. 3 shelters have been set up to help evacuees this morning. Around 25 people are staying at the shelter in Mount Shasta City. The shelter is located at 629 Alder Street. And there are volunteers working around the clock to provide care for anyone in need.
Firefighters working on the Klondike fire in Josephine and Curry counties say they are making great progress. These pictures were sent to us overnight and shows firefighters widening and strengthening containment lines. The fire has been burning for nearly 2 months now and has destroyed more than 117,000 acres of land. Containment this morning is at 51%. And there's just been some minor growth in the past 24 hours on the Miles and Watson Creek fires. Containment for the Miles fire has increased to 65%. The Natchez fire near Happy Camp grew more than 1,000 acres since yesterday, but remains at 70% contained. And remember that NBC5 News is your place for the latest on wildfires across the region. Stay with us on air this morning for continued updates, and throughout the day you can visit our website KOBI5.com and check out our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Caught on camera, a new video into our newsroom this morning shows a man being rescued along the coast. This happened Monday near Tillamook. The U.S. Coast Guard aircraft used MH-60 Jayhawk helicopters to rescue that man. He was reported stranded on some rocks near a cliff. It's not clear how he got there, but he reportedly had some scrapes and cuts. None of his injuries were life-threatening. 6:36 this morning, the country is still trying to figure out who wrote a scathing New York Times editorial from someone claiming they're part of the group of administration's officials keeping President Trump from making dangerous decisions.
That's right. Overnight at a rally in Montana, President Trump urged his anonymous critic to step out of the shadows.
Anonymous, gutless, coward. You just look. He was, nobody knows who the hell he is, or she, although they put he, but probably that's a little disguised. That means it's she. But for the sake of our national security, the New York Times should publish his name at once.
On Capitol Hill, both Democrats and Republicans are calling for the New York Times editorial author to resign.
A new report this morning says that President Trump wanted to move a missile defense systems in South Korea to Oregon. The report from Newsweek.com is based on passages from Bob Woodward's upcoming book, The White House, called Fear. It says President Trump questioned why the THAAD missile defense system is in South Korea when he wanted it right here in Portland. The U.S. put in South Korea to protect the country and thousands of military soldiers stationed there. The president was reportedly angry that a system the U.S. paid for was on foreign lands.
In sports this morning at 6:37, a major announcements from Oregon State. Longtime head baseball coach Pat Casey, fresh off a College World Series win, has announced he is retiring. Casey is one of the most successful coaches in college baseball history. Over 24 seasons in Corvallis, he won over 900 games, 3 national championships, 6 trips to the College World Series, and 5 Pac-12 titles. He's not leaving Corvallis, though. He was named the Senior Associate Athletic Director. Assistant coach Pat Bailey will coach the Beavers this season, and the search for a new head coach will begin next year. All right, let's check in with meteorologist Matt Jordan here with a look at what we can expect this weekend. Hey there, MJ.
Hey, well, the smoke is back. Yeah. Again.
We never like it when you say that.
Yeah, well, I gotta say it. I mean, it's a part of the whole thing, the weather thing. Yeah, but it's not sticking around too long, so you do like that. That's good. So blue skies possible as we head into about Saturday and Sunday. The Delta fire is kind of that wild card right now when it comes to where the smoke from that system is going to go. It's mainly going to the north, straight into our area, Klamath Falls, for example. But let's take a little look at the visibilities. Mount Shasta not even showing up right now, but it's down to very unhealthy air quality for Mount Shasta. Just to the south of Mount Shasta is that Delta fire, a very intense fire, a lot of smoke, very high in the atmosphere. So we're probably looking at about maybe 1-2 miles of visibility. The computer just hasn't updated, hasn't caught up, looks like. 4 miles of visibility for Montague and Wairika, and 6 in Medford and Klamath Falls due to a number of fires. Natchez fire, the Miles fire, for example, Klondike fire, and then you look out on the coast, that's mainly due to fog out there. It's cleared things out just a bit. But look at that, we got some high clouds out there, those higher level clouds, signaling the onset of a new system coming on through the course of the next couple days. That's going to cool us down, clear out the smoke, and bring us some more cloud cover. So I'll take the clouds over the smoke, obviously. For the coast, mostly cloudy, some patchy fog, and some smoke for Brookings. Smoke clearing out already, though. Your high is about 60 to 63 degrees. That slight chance of showers mainly after midnight. Increasing clouds in the West Valleys as well. Your highs in the 80s to around 91 degrees with a lot of smoke, and a lot of smoke east of the Cascades as well. Hopefully clearing as we head into Saturday with your highs in the 70s and 80s.
Matt, thanks so much. 6:40 on the dot. Your time right now. NBC5 News at Sunrise is just getting started on this Friday morning. Coming up, looking to satisfy your sweet tooth, where a Candyland has come to life.
And a look at how the world is remembering and honoring Burt Reynolds.
And if you're heading out the door this morning, here's a look at this morning's lowest gas, according to GasBuddy.com. Stay with us. We have more NBC5 News at Sunrise coming up after the break.